All right, it is time to address the true boogeyman in the room. Has mono red gotten better with Tersa Lightshatter? The answer is maybe. We're not 100% sure yet. I do check the standard league results every single day, and every single day at least one red deck 5-0s it, and all of them are running between 3 and 4 of Tersa Lightshatter. That doesn't mean it's better. Who's to say those decks wouldn't have 5-0'd the events anyway without Tersa just running regular mono red? I think that's certainly very reasonable. But that is some preliminary data that, okay, people are checking it out and it is working. What if we check untap.gg? What data do we have here? So this is best of 3 results from bronze to mythic, because we don't have enough data to just filter higher ranks. We can see that I think this is the most played deck at the top, isn't running any Tersa with a 65.4% win rate, really small sample size of 230 games. Then the next most played deck is a 67.7% win rate with only 150 games, and it's running 4 copies of Tersa. And then the one after that is 54.6% win rate, so much lower, 130 games, and it's running 3 copies of Tersa. So who's to say from this, people are certainly trying it out with varying degrees of success. We can get a little bit better of a look if we go into the by card stats instead of the by deck stats. This is, again, best of 3 bronze to mythic. And we're going to scroll down here, and it turns out that Tersa currently, if you sort by in opening hand win rate, which is largely what I would want to sort by, certainly in best of 1, if it's not good in your opening hand, like, I don't know. Is it worth playing? Probably not. It's the 4th most winningest card. If it's in your opening hand, you have a 59.7% win rate, and that's over 2,200 games between 3 and 4 copies. Starting to get statistically significant. I think confidence interval wise, I think we can be 95% sure that this number we see here is correct within plus or minus 2%, something like that. So this is probably between 58 and 62% win rate attached to this card. Looking very solid though. Yeah, then what happens if we go to best of 1? That's kind of the more interesting thing. So in best of 1, there are no decks. There are no decks we can look at here that tell us like what context people were playing Tersa in. We can only see it in the card stats, and you got to scroll way down to find Tersa. My girl, where are you at? You're at the bottom of the barrel here. So here is Tersa in best of 1, rocking a 47.1% win rate in the opening hand over only 980 games, so sample size is small. But it's interesting. You gotta wonder what's going on there. The thing is, we can't see people's decks. We don't know what people are doing. Maybe people are running Tersa in like some random Impact Tremors barbed Batterfist deck, and that's destroying her win rate. We really don't know. So we're gonna try her out here today in best of 1. I think she is gonna be a good card regardless. I think she will be even better in best of 3, because without the hand smoothing algorithm, being able to dump some extra lands and a land flood is going to be huge. Whereas in best of 1, like generally the hands are pretty smooth to start out with, so you're not going to have as many flood or screw scenarios as in best of 3. So that is one reason I think she will be even better in best of 3. And then also one of the things you do in best of 3 is you sideboard in the Sunspine Links, which is a 4-mana card. And so potentially you might actually need to discard playable spells in order to hit your lands to Sunspine Links and just like completely KO a domain opponent with like 6 non-basics lands. So I think she'll be fantastic in best of 3. The question is like, is she worth including in best of 1? And we don't have the data. This is what I would like you to do. If you are willing, you don't have to do it. It turns out that you and I together actually are capable of performing scientific experiments. This is the exact is-it list that I published a video on a couple days ago. And it turns out enough of you guys played it that it shows up on untap.gg. And so we have exact data for my version. So overall, people playing Is-It are holding a 55.1% win rate. And this, coincidentally, is my exact version to the card, rocking a 58.4% win rate over 2,400 games. Again, 95% confident. This is probably right within plus or minus 2%. So it's doing very solid. You can see that someone out there is actually doing better. I tried to find what content creator this might be, if it was one, but there is someone out there with about the same sample size, running a 61% win rate, so fairly close, but maybe doing a little better. And they're running 4 stock-ups, which I could totally see. They're running only 2 sleight of hand instead of 4, which I'm a little bit sus on, because I think this card is excellent at helping you double spell, right? It helps you double spell, and then also gets the next spell to double spell, so I like that card. I'm kind of surprised they're only running 2. They're running 2 into the Flood Maws. This is interesting. Like, I think it certainly can be very powerful bounce interaction that you could play on your turn. The Spell Pierce is sus to me because you often want to double spell on your own turn. So holding open mana for your opponent's turn is definitely giving up on some damage, but it is interesting. So anyway, it's cool. My point of this is that you and I together are apparently able to produce enough data to actually come to, results on untap.gg, which is cool because then we can talk about them. So if you want to try out my Tersa deck here in best of 1, as much as I am not a huge fan of flooding the market with even more red players. I'd be curious, because who knows what's going on with the data. So if you want to run this exact deck to the card, like don't change anything, and just see how it goes for a while, we can see if Tersa is any good in best of one, because currently the data says she sucks, but I think that is unlikely to be totally true. We're going to run here today 3 Lightshatters and then 1 extra Swift Spear. I don't think we need quite as many in best of one for the reasons I stated, and she is also legendary, so, you know, double Nemesis hits like a truck, double Tersa a little bit less impactful, so I'm going to take that for 4th slot and just add in 1 more 1-drop creature into our aggressive deck. Here we go. Unedited. The usual. We're doing mono red. I know, not all of you are going to like that, but I think for science, for experimentation, I think it's perhaps a little more interesting. And I do like this kind of stuff. It's a legitimate use of a new card. I mean, the ideal hand to see Tersa is like 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop Tersa, and then 4 lands. And normally you're like, I mean, it's good, but if we draw 1 more land, we're really sad. With Tersa, you're like, sure, I'll just discard 2 lands. Gas up. It is a 2-lander. We can only cast creatures here, but it is probably just fine. We're on the draw 2, where Burst Lightning would be better. I think we're still going to keep this. I don't think I'm going to mulligan this, but mana base is hurting a little bit. It is the mono red mirror. We are on the draw. We do hit the land here. I think we hold out for a 2-drop to zap. Next turn we could go like Heartfire Hero plus Burst Lightning their 2/2. If they drop a Challenger. It's actually Boros. Well, now we're feeling much worse about this. If they suit up to the sky, I think we just auto lose on turn 2. Alright, that's better than Shelter by Ghosts. It's not great though. Obviously a very tough matchup for us. We probably have to kill the mouse now. I think that's basically what's happening here. I don't think we can really afford to wait for Shard Mage's Rescue. So, here we go. And yeah, if they play Shelter by Ghost, I think we just lose on the spot. Like, there's no counterplay. If we get lucky, we could get a cheap Witchstalker Frenzy, but we roughly lose on the spot if they able to pull that off. It is Shelter by Ghosts. Very lovely. It's only a 2 toughness creature though, so there are potentially still more outs here for us. Yeah, I'm feeling like it's an L. Burst Lightning. If they didn't have the Rage, that would actually be the out here. I mean, we could try to hold back the Nemesis and hope they don't have any more pump spells. Attacking is unproductive because of the lifelink, right? I mean, we can't target with the Nemesis. We can't really double block, though. Good game. Alright, he has the next Shelter in hand, guaranteed. Yeah, you can go fuck yourself. Alright, well, we lost that one. Again, we could go land Witchstalker Frenzy. It's not gonna happen, but it could happen. It certainly could happen. Let's see if he has the 3rd Shelter. Alright. Here we go. I guess we go to attacks. If you're really trying to win, maybe they whiff. Maybe there are no more enchantments in hand. It's a land. It's the 3rd Shelter. This is my punishment for playing mono red. It's my divine punishment. Oh, I wanted to share. One of you guys had an interesting comment the other day. It was looking at the untapped.gg data. You know, I'm not sure what video I was talking about. And someone commented, damn, dude, you played all 1,000 of those games. You must have no life. So, if on the spectrum of evolution, you are still closer to primordial ooze than modern day human, which is totally fine. This is to help you know that I do not play all the games on untapped.gg, the data. It's aggregated from, I think anyone who has the app installed, their data is collected on there for everyone to see. We're on the draw here. Man is a little bit better. We do have turn 1 hero into turn 2 mouse, which is the God Curve. Be nice if we're on the play, but that's okay. So far, no Tersa showing up. Alright, let's see if it's coin flip race versus omniscience. Standard is flourishing, by the way, in case you didn't know. It is very much flourishing. I mean, I think we assume that they are omniscience and have no counter spells. And we just go for the Wombo combo. Otherwise, you could Heartfire Hero and go for the Rage, but when is Wombo not the best combo? Is it no more lines? Or is it, you know, draw spell? Oh, it actually is True Control. Look at that. Okay, well, double spelling would have been a bit better then. It's very rare you see actual True Control. They missed their line drop. Alright, so we only get one non-creature spell this turn. Could also suit up the hero, which isn't that bad. Ideally, we do start casting these non-creature spells, but yeah, I think that makes the most sense here. I think we want to Rage on the hero and then go Claw other hero. I think we'll go for it now. Okay, another counter. Sure. And let's hope they don't curve out into lockdown, but I think they missed land last turn, right? Hit the lands, tap land. We only get one non-creature spell here. And we can't also level up the thing, so mana is a bit awkward. Only had counters so far. Guess we'll try to run out the next Rage. Could also level up the Claw. Would not be that bad. I think that's fine with me. The 12? No counterspell that turn. Obviously, maybe we didn't cast anything, but no interaction at all. It is the turn 3 lockdown. Alright, we're looking for creature off the top here. The land. We'll play the 4th land. After that, I think we'll hold all lands for Tersa. Learning Strike face doesn't go down to 6, which is not that bad. Alright. That is a decent chunk of life. So the only creature they might play is Beza. I'm not sure if we need to hold on to these Lightning Strikes. Plus we have the Rage to get through Beza. So I think we will fire them off. But the Union is certainly painful. That is a creature we can give haste. I guess technically you want to do this, right? Hold on. So creature there. And haste. And get it for damage while we got it. Swing for 6. When it drops to 6. Alright. It's a decent card. I think you just run this out. You can obviously power up the Anchorage to block, but it's not crazy effective. They let it resolve. Go to combat. Let the attack trigger resolve. They do make the blocker. Jump block the claw and then sweep, I guess. But they're very low now. They need the next Union. Otherwise, you just burst lightning them to face. 3, there's the Sunfall. Alright. A lot of top decks still get there. Land isn't it. So this is the point where you could leave the land in hand for Tersa. They don't have any discard effects, so I think that's fine with me. At some point, you play it out for the burst lightning. Another land. We'll probably play one of these out so we can always burst lightning. Okay, so they sack their blocker. We'll potentially get 2 counterspells. We might even need to play the 3rd land to get under No More Lies if we hit another 3-drop. So there is the Fabled one. The question is, do you play under No More Lies? And I think it's the more reasonable thing to do. Otherwise, you get nothing, right? We'd love to ditch the land. The counter this were sad. If it resolves them and get nothing, I think you have to play under the counterspell. I think it's too risky to otherwise. Let's see if they have the hard counter. They're 3 steps ahead. So we get no value out of it. But this is a weird matchup. Like most matchups, I don't think you have to worry about this. There aren't too many Azorius control players. Soul Partition. It's not too bad. We hit a land, and we definitely bid it next time. Nope, you're pretty good. Also target you and get some value. Resolves. So there's the 3 steps ahead for 5. Not sure if they had it last turn or not. The next Tersa, that's funny. We probably just run this one out. I guess we'll see what happens here. Okay. Well, we got one more left. Ritual again. Burst Lightning. You probably don't discard that, though. So, we also can't really attack to the anchorage so well here. They have enough to power up both. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. They can power up both anchorages here. I mean, this could just be the loss at this point. Unit of the 3rd path without the Nemesis blowout is not great. Another counterspell. That's interesting. They won't have infinite. They will eventually run out. One, two, 3 steps, and 3 No More Lies. That means the next sweeper is coming. In case it's Stay of Judgment, you can do this. But, oh, can we not do it? I guess we're not. I guess I did it on end step. Sure. Yeah, here's the next Sunfall. Oh, another lockdown. Sure. That's also reasonable. Burst Lightning on their end step. But if we already ran through all the Tersas, 1 Tersa's down there. 2, there's technically 1 more left in the deck. Draw 3. I wonder if they have any win cons. I think one of these ought to go. This one is still getting fired off here. My bad. That was our end step. Okay. I think we have about lost at this point. Would have taken an early Nemesis. First combo to shut off the life gain. There's the Nemesis, but I think we're about ready to scoop here. Strange. Another sweeper. Let's unfold it. They could be out of instant speed interaction. Hold the land? They could have only lands in hand. Next flanker's tough. They can power up the... Yeah, I think I'm good. I think I'm good to go here. I think it's probably a little bit... I think we're good. I think we're good to go. There is a chance all their cards in hand are land, but with 2 anchorages per turn, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're doing 10 damage next turn. I think we're very likely not to get there. I stuck it out for a good long while. There was a while where it could have gone okay, but I don't think we'll win that one. Rocking a healthy 0-2 here. It's always good to get the losses out of the way early. You know, dig yourself a nice little hole and climb back out. Mr. RCLB. Hey, we're on the play this game. I don't know if that's going to make a difference, but I'm going to go ahead and guess that on the play with turn 1 hero, turn 2 mouse, it could be good. It could be. I'm not sure. This might be pretty good. Turn 3 rage. Blue and white. Well, let's see if they have smite. Tersa is showing up. Double strike. To the face. No smite. They tap out. I mean, I think we just want to rage here. I guess you don't have to. You could Tersa and bin a single land. You could even bin the claw at this point. If you attack all, you do get to rage on the mouse, which isn't ideal. Thing is, they're not going to have that much removal, right? Let's give her a shot. I think we dumped the land and the claw. Okay, I'd say those are both solid pickups. Double strike still. I think they need their creature because they are also a shelter by ghost deck. They do want to shelter here. But we have pretty good follow-up with the next mouse plus rage if they take our first mouse. Make a 1/1. Ethereal Armor does have first strike now. Another Ethereal Armor. Okay. Well, I guess we throw the hero in there. I don't think anyone else is getting in there. Maybe we play the next mouse to give trample to. Let's see, do we have lethal if we do that actually? If they had to block you, if you offered 4, 5, 6, 7 damage, double strike. They'd have to block that. Attack with these two, get in for 3. I don't think we can quite guarantee lethal unless they make a mistake. But they have to double block the hero here. Otherwise we win. Single block, I don't think we'll cut it. Yeah, it has to be double block, so we get in for free off the other ones. Turn to the face. Red deck wins. Kind of forgot about that, to be honest. Okay. No way to lose that. So Tersa was fine there. We subbed out a land and a hired claw for the next mouse, the next manifold mouse, and the challenger, which were technically both upgrades. If instead of running Tersa, what would we have? We'd have like more 1-drops, right? You might have more Swift Spears in there. What does Mono Red usually run? On the draw, hand looks totally fine. Yeah, Mono Red would normally run 3 more Swift Spears, basically. Is the only change. And cut a land and add like a Frenzy, basically. I don't think the reduction in 1-drops is inconsequential. Like, you really do want a 1-drop creature in your aggro deck, and so cutting the Swift Spears is not a... I don't think is a trivial choice. I do think it is important to consider. Yeah, I think you always just go hero here, right? Because if you top deck the Rage, it gets too good. Not sure if that's true or not. Mana open. We can't double spell though, so we just drop the challenger here. Does resolve go to combat? This time it is Omniscience. So it is Goldfish versus Goldfish. Flourishing. Flourishing Goldfish versus Flourishing Goldfish. Ace for a land. Hit the 3rd land here. Probably just Nemesis this turn. Okay. They don't have it yet, so the question is, can they hit it here? This is a little bit more damage. Prowess. Drop to 5. Can they riddle right into it? Oh, that's new. Okay, now they're looking for a lockdown here. They do hit the Omniscience, actually. Nice deck. Yeah, you too, dude. Flourishing. Audio's coming out. Alright, nice deck. Alright, cool. I don't think I have any thoughts on Tersa yet. I think it's unlikely she is truly associated with a sub 50% win rate. That doesn't seem correct to me. It's very hard to go wrong with her. Maybe it doesn't have to be 3 copies. I can't imagine 1 copy won't help the deck. A random top deck late. I mean, she's fantastic late. And also gives you a way to use your graveyard. Keep this. What's going on in the comment section? Brian Steven says, I wish my subscription was worth another 4,000 to get you over the 4,000 sub mark. Love the new gen doctor. Not sure what the new gen means. But thank you. Resolve. Okay. Serve out. think Pixies? It's a budget. If it's a budget land, probably also a budget Pixies deck. Be my guess. Rare land. Nope. Choose a non-land card. Exile it. Take the Nemesis. Keep Tersa. I don't know if you've been the Hired Claw or not. I mean, if we hit a 2-drop, we're pretty happy. Let me go land Claw. Do the double Claw thing. They take the Claw, which is kind of surprising. Hand is looking good. Just Nemesis here. Why do you think they took the Claw there? They saw the land, right? Not sure. They'd have to have split up here to want that attack. Okay. Let's see what we draw here. Sure, I'm down for that. Up to 3. Into the lockdown, we're good, because we have the Tersa anyway. Might as well play it all out. Lord Skitter does not seem like enough. Take our last creature, sure. Alright. Rat cannot block, so that is that. I definitely don't hate her. Running what, 21 land? I'm not sure if you need quite as many as 3. I think 1 or 2 could be excellent. But we kind of have so much to do with our mana every turn anyway. Like, all of our, all our lands are all, pump spells and draw spells. The Hired Claw is a mana sink. We already have 4/3 drops. We can already pump 4 mana into the Manifold Mouse. So we already have a lot of ways to use mana. I'm not sure we even need another 3-drop, like a curve filler standpoint. Okay, this seems like a... Yeah, even this, I think you just rage up and Hired Claw. I think they have nothing here. Yeah, they literally have no stick at all. Should have done the Challenger first in case we hit a Monstrous Rage off the top. Yeah, we could have cast that this turn. Sure. We now need a white source off the top and a lockdown. And we still Tersa bin land. Yeah, I don't know if I'd go up to 3. Feels like a little bit much. We've also seen very few bad hands, right? It's been pretty rare where we're like, alright, we have 5 lands. Let's discard 2 and draw 2. Yeah, I mean, hand looks good. I think one benefit of the Tersa is, as much as I like having a high density of 1-drops, you are cutting the worst card by a good bit. Swiss Spear is probably one of the worst cards in the deck. Like, Hired Claw is excellent, and the Mouse is obviously excellent. So in terms of the card that has to get cut to make the next substitution, it is the worst card to get cut. It's too bad it is a 1-drop creature. Oh, this is the exact comment I was referring to. Andre Hodgman says, 62% win rate in over 1,000 games. Sounds like trash life to spend that much time playing MTG. It's not me, dude. It's not me. So pretty happy to Nemesis here. At some point we could bend the Burst Lightning. If we didn't think it was relevant. It does feel like you almost never want this card early. Because you pretty much always have useful spells to cast. Alright, Ride's End. Seems like once you hit your third land, like we're running so few lands, right? So in general, we're not going to flood that much. And once you hit your third land, like you generally have a lot of other stuff to do. So it maybe does not need to be 3-0 for sure. I think 1 or 2 is maybe more than enough. This turn, if we want a double spell, we do want to play the land. So the question is, do you Tersa and bin the land? Or just go land Burst Lightning Tersa? The next mouse. See, I don't think you bin any of these cards necessarily. I mean, Burst Lightning is probably the worst card here. They could sweep next turn. Haste Creature is probably one of the best follow-ups to a sweep. I'm not even sure we invest in the board state here. I think we just level up the Claw and Burst Lightning face. And we kind of want the next land for the next Manifold Mouse too. Okay, that means there likely is not a, likely not a sweeper on the way then. Is it Beza or nothing? It's a Beanstalk. And a Carrot Cake blocker. Even the next land here isn't that bad. Burst Lightning the blocker and still play the mouse. But it seems like it takes a while before a land is not that good. Yeah, every card in hand seems pretty decent. I think we're just gonna Offspring the mouse. Didn't have the super last time. We'll see if they go land Sunfall here. Or Dave Judgment. Land. Miss Moors. This guy can go too. Pretty close to dead here. Okay. Smite the 1/1. Smite the claw? Can't smite the claw, we can still level it up. No, we can get through that. Maybe they want us to waste the mouse? Not sure. Down to 4 with Burst Lightning in hand. We do have the Carrot Cake, though. Lockdown. Including their own Carrot Cake. So again, land off the top is lethal any which way. It's not a land. We can get haste, and then Burst Lightning the rest of the way. Feels like we never run out of gas. Feels like we never need Tersa. It's just my evaluations from small sample size. I think I would go down to, yeah, geez, maybe just 1. 1 or 2 max. Doesn't feel like we need 3 or 4. But we have yet to really flood out. Except in the game against the blue-white control opponent, we kind of flooded out over time, and our Tearsas just kept getting countered anyway. But even then, I think I was like, well, if we hit 5 lands, you know, we still get the Burst Lightning face. It takes a lot of land to really not be able to use your spells. It's not ideal. We're on the draw with Lightning Strike, so it's not awful. Alright, maybe we'll flat out this game. Maybe this will be a good Tersa game. Alright, hand looking kind of weak here. Not sure if Lightning Strike will find any target better than face. It could double strike a Beza, I guess. Whew. Alright. Not an ideal hand. Maybe 2 of these together kill a Beza. Next turn we can power up the Sanctuary, but we are at a gasp. I mean, this would be a good Tersa game, maybe? You could bin useless Lightning Strikes. Try to get some more creatures. I feel like we're very far behind. It's a creature, or we can just level up the Sanctuary. Seems a bit more efficient, I suppose. Oh boy, it's an Ugin deck. Oh, it's gonna be embarrassing. We're gonna lose to a fucking Ugin deck with mono red. That is very embarrassing. I don't even know if my heart can take that. Oh, that's tough. That's tough right there. Okay. I think we'll just deploy the hero. Could get fancy and go with the Lightning Strike, but I think we just deploy. I don't know if this deck has room for sweepers. I mean, they just run like a bunch of ramp spells into Ugin, right? Oh, no, they got room for sweepers. It's going to be really embarrassing when we lose to Ugin, though. But to be fair, we did nothing for the first 4 turns. Also, this dude's username is Soren Solemn Visitor. Fairly epic. Okay. Sure. Gets us closer to Burst Lightning. We also might Lightning Strike face twice here. Problem is they have the Candy Trail. And the Maze Mind Tome. So we're about to get a ton of life. So, what is Ugin? 7 loyalty? 8 loyalty? I'm not sure. I'm not sure we'll necessarily kill Ugin with Lightning Strikes. 4, 5, 6... They might not be Ugin. No, they gotta be Ugin. There's no way they're not Ugin. But I think Lightning Strike might go face here. This does fuel the Tersa, although we just milled 2 of the Tersas. Okay. I'm not sure if they run Beza at this point. This is quite nice. Does come in taps, though. We'll take what value we can get. Okay. Trigger it for free next turn. Or try to get one more land off the top. I think we have a good way to trigger it anyway. I think we'll run this back. Okay. Well, we have plenty of land at this point. There is the Ugin. It is how many loyalty is that? 7 loyalty. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be pretty embarrassing. We're about to lose to a Ugin deck versus mono red. It should basically never happen. Alright, here is the Tersa. So, how much is Double Rage? +3, then +2 more. So it does actually kill Ugin here, right? It comes in taps, though, is the issue. I'll throw it to the consoles. Rockface Village is basically... it's close to useless. I think Burst Lightning goes... I actually don't know if you throw away Rockface Village, but I guess you could. We also could scoop this next turn. 9 loyalty? Yeah, I mean, they're going to play a colorless spell and just exile all their stuff, right? Lightning Strike. I think we're out of Tersa, so I think every land is playable now. He runs a mountain. Did he play that off of us? How did he do that? Yeah, I think we're good to scoop on this. I mean, the Ugin plus every turn. Ideally, we would have played a single spell in the first 4 turns. I think that would have been a strong strategy, but we did not employ a particularly strong strategy this game. I hope it's not a content creator. It is embarrassing to lose against Ugin with mono red. Should almost never happen. Alright, I got about one more game in me. And then, yeah, I'm pretty sold on my thoughts. It does seem like in best of 1, the hands are so good. I don't think you need 3. I think 2 max. Maybe 1 would be totally solid. But if the hand smoothing is just that good every time, like maybe just want more 1-drops. Try to curve out 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop. Call it a day. Alright. You can get zapped. To the face. Hammerhand. That's interesting. Do you kill this thing now? Or just race on the play? This hits for quite a lot of damage. I think we'll just go Nemesis here. Can always hold back and block with Nemesis. Next turn, maybe Mouse Lightning Strike. We had the Pump Spell. Man, it's going to be a huge amount of damage off the Double Strike. Nemesis of their own. Let's hope they attack all. No? Leave that one back. Well, we can trade everyone for everyone. And then deploy Mouse after combat. If we Lightning Strike here first, they kill the Challenger. Or the Nemesis? Probably the Challenger, right? Shows off a Mouse after combat. If we attack, we lose 2 creatures. Yeah, maybe this is a better play. Alright. I think we're still going aggressive here. 10? Card. Lightning Strike on top. Attack all for 9. We're about dead here too. Hammerhand as well. Swing for 11. Well, I guess you better hope we don't top deck the Rage, right? We don't. Oh, this thing has trampled. Rage, yeah, okay. We're at 7 damage currently. Don't count lethal. So we can't block the hero, so we have to block the Challenger, I guess? So we could double block the Challenger and then chump block the hero and hope to get there next turn. Or we could chump block both. Do nothing. Yeah, again, we can't have the hero die, which is interesting. So we can't attack with the Nemesis. If we attack with everyone else, we get in for 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. It's definitely an awkward place to be. I think the way the triggers order, I think it's our turn, so our nemesis will go on the stack first. And then the hero would go on top. And resolve? I don't know whose trigger resolves first, actually. We should look that up real quick. Whose trigger resolves first on my turn? I forget how this works. I forget if it goes on the stack first or resolves first. Active player puts their triggers on the stack first, followed by non-active player. The non-active player trigger resolve first. Yeah, so their Heartfire hero would resolve first and kill us. So we basically have no good attacks, I think. I think that's the case. Okay, double strike and trample seems like game, right? So, first strike is interesting. Oh, they both have double strike. This one does not have trample, though. So you could get chump locked. That is 3, 4, 5. We need one more. 6 toughness. Drop to 2. Hope to hit Monstrous Rage off the top, I guess. Go 3 to the face. Put double strike here. One damage. Yeah, I mean, I think we're looking for lethal this coming turn. I don't think there's any other way to do it. Up to 1. 2 more damage. It's gotta go face here. It is not Monstrous Rage, so that is game. Okay. Alright, so we will call it here. Yeah, I wasn't crazy impressed by Tersa in Best of 1. I thought she'd do perhaps a lot better. But as it stands, I don't think I feel the need to run more than one. And I think in our Best of 1 hand smoothing algorithm, I think I would just add in more 1-drops. Just try to curve out as many games as possible. I think a single Tersa is fine. I mean, the later the game, the better she is. Not only can you draw discard out of useless lands late, but also if your graveyard's full, then you start getting free cards back every single turn, which is a kind of a rare thing to happen. Like, it's going to be unusual. Maybe against an opponent's Jace Mill deck you get this off, but yeah, it just feels like our deck is already so insanely strong. We have so many mana sinks in the Soulstone Sanctuary, the Village. We can pump our Claws. You know, we can spend mana to target the Challenger and then get other free pseudo card draws off the top. That the deck already feels so good. I don't know if you need more than one max, but I think one could be totally fine. It's certainly a strong card. And I guess do you keep the 21 lands or not? Still probably cut a land. I think people run 20, right? Throw in the extra Swift Spear. Let's see what the most played deck is running 21. Okay, so maybe you keep the 21 land. That's fine. I think this could be fine. But yeah, I don't think I'd run more than one. Let me know your thoughts. Leave a comment, leave a like, leave a subscribe as we get to 40,000 subscribers. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.